hit that subscribe button and the bell icon beside it to check out our latest videos before anyone else. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech and this is the comparison between the Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Honor 9 Lite. Redmi Note 5 Pro is sold online exclusively on Flipkart and mi.com and offline in Mi Home Centers. It is sold in two variants, with base variant priced at 14,000 rupees with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and the next variant is priced at 17,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It is available in black, gold, rose gold and lake blue colors. And if you want my suggestion, go with the black one. Honor 9 Lite is sold exclusively online on Flipkart and Honor Store in two variants. Base variant starts at 11,000 rupees for 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 15,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It is available in three colors: blue, black and grey. If you want my suggestion, go with the blue or the black color. Now coming to the design and build, Honor 9 Lite has a glass build with a glass on the front and back with a nice 2.5D curve to it. As you might expect, the phone is super slippery on the front and back and is a fingerprint magnet. To help with the grip and protect it from scratches, it comes with a free plastic hard case to protect it from scratches, but even with that case on, it is slightly slippery and it can't protect your phone from accidental drops. The Redmi Note 5 Pro comes with a boring semi-metal design that we have been seeing for the past 3 years, with a metal back with plastic strips at the top and bottom for antennas, with a nice matte finish along with anti-fingerprint coating, which doesn't really work all that well. Even the Note 5 Pro comes with a soft plastic case and it does help with the grip, but once again, can't protect your phone from accidental drops. Honor 9 Lite has a thickness of 7.6mm, weighs 150 grams and comes with a smaller display, and on the whole has a very small form factor when compared to the Redmi Note 5. Redmi Note 5 Pro has a thickness of 8.05mm, weighs 180 grams without the case and comes with a massive display and feels just huge in the hand. So if you're someone who's looking to buy a smaller phone, a phone that weighs very light, then Honor 9 Lite will be much better than Redmi Note 5 Pro in terms of weight and single-handed usage. When it comes to looks and design and build, Honor 9 Lite is definitely way better than Redmi Note 5 Pro. It just feels more premium, but at the same time, it is very delicate and the probability of you breaking the front or back is much higher when you compare it with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So if you're just out for the looks, Honor 9 Lite is obviously the winner, but if you're looking for a practical phone that can survive few drops, Redmi Note 5 will be the winner. Both the phones come with all the basic sensors including compass, FM radio, gyroscope, so you can watch 360-degree videos and VR content on both phones. Both phones come with a fingerprint scanner and it's equally fast. Both phones even feature face unlock and it works equally good in good lighting conditions. But in low lighting conditions, Honor 9 Lite is much faster than Redmi Note 5 Pro. Both phones support dual SIM along with dual 4G and VoLTE. I have tried Vodafone and Jio networks on both phones. I didn't face any issues with call quality or signal reception. But on the Redmi phone, we can make and receive video calls directly using the stock phone dialer. On Honor 9 Lite, we have to install a third-party application. SIM card trays from both phones sport a hybrid SIM slot along with a nano SIM slot. So you can use either two nano SIMs or a nano SIM and an SD card, but not all three at once, which is a disappointment for both phones. So in the hardware department, both phones are almost equally matched, but on Redmi Note 5 Pro, you get an infrared blaster at the top, using which you can control your TV, AC or anything that has an infrared remote to it. On Honor 9 Lite, we don't have any infrared sensor, but we do have fingerprint gestures which are super handy. We can swipe down on the fingerprint scanner to pull down the notification bar, which I particularly miss on the Redmi phones. Using the same fingerprint scanner, we can take pictures, answer calls, start call recording, browse gallery, stop alarms and timers. On Redmi, we can only take pictures with it. So in the hardware department, it's almost a tie, but you can pick the best one based on what's important to you. Honor 9 Lite sports a 5.65-inch IPS display with Full HD Plus resolution in the 18:9 aspect ratio, protected by a 2.5D curved glass. Redmi Note 5 Pro sports a massive 5.99-inch display with Full HD Plus resolution in the 18:9 aspect ratio, protected by a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass. Both phones have different screen sizes but have the same resolution, so obviously Honor 9 Lite will have better sharpness. For some reason, bezels at the top and bottom feel smaller on Redmi and feels more cleaner as Honor has the branding on the front. Redmi's display also has curved edges, while Honor 9 Lite has sharp edges. So when it comes to the front look of the phone, Redmi Note 5 Pro feels more premium. If you can get the black version, it will feel even more immersive as the black bezels are well hidden. Now coming to the picture quality and brightness, Note 5 Pro's display is brighter, but sunlight legibility of both the phones seem equally good. Honor's display is warmer and Redmi's display is cooler, so colors on Honor 9 Lite seem more saturated and to have more contrast. While watching videos on YouTube, some colors look more saturated and more pleasing on Honor 9 Lite, but on the whole, Redmi's display feels better because of deeper blacks. So in the display department, individually both are good, but if I have to pick a winner, Redmi Note 5 Pro has the better display and obviously the bigger one. On the rear, Honor 9 Lite sports a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. Note 5 Pro also sports a dual camera setup with a 12 megapixel primary camera with Sony IMX486 sensor with a 5 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing from Samsung. On the front, Honor sports a dual camera setup with a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing. Note 5 Pro sports just a single 20 megapixel camera with Sony IMX376 sensor with a dedicated soft LED flash. I have already posted a dedicated video on camera comparison, but here's the gist. Rear cameras are definitely better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. It takes better pictures and even better portrait shots than the Honor 9 Lite. Now coming to the front facing cameras, Redmi has a better camera, but pictures come out to be better from Honor 9 Lite because of better exposure control and color reproduction. Even portrait selfies look better on Honor. Now coming to video recording, once again Redmi is the winner as it also comes with electronic image stabilization and the footage is much stable than Honor's footage. For front camera video recording, I personally prefer the Honor's footage over the Redmi's footage. Now once again to keep it simple, rear cameras are definitely better on Redmi and kinda bad on Honor. Front facing cameras are better on Honor, they are good but not as good as Honor. So in the camera department, if you don't care about rear cameras and just want to take some great selfies, Honor 9 Lite is the winner. But if you want a well-rounded camera performance with good rear camera and a decent front-facing camera, Redmi Note 5 Pro is the winner. By the way, with software updates, camera performance on Redmi can definitely improve. Honor 9 Lite sports a Kirin 659 processor with Mali T830 MP2 GPU built using the 16nm architecture. Redmi Note 5 Pro sports a Snapdragon 636 processor with Adreno 509 GPU built using the 14nm architecture. Here are the Antutu and Geekbench scores. Purely in terms of raw performance, Redmi is better, and even in terms of actual day-to-day usage, Redmi Note 5 Pro is way better than Honor 9 Lite. Now here's the funny part. Honor 9 Lite is one of the first few phones from Honor to come with Android Oreo update, so it is not very well optimized and it lags a little. Redmi Note 5 Pro is a brand new phone launched just few weeks ago. Even this phone is not very well optimized, but it still performs way better than Honor. Now coming to gaming, once again Redmi Note 5 Pro will be the winner because it has the better GPU. Yes, on Honor, we can play most of the high-end games without any issues. We can do it much better on the Redmi. Even in terms of heating, Redmi Note 5 Pro heats less than Honor because of their build. Honor gets more warm and stays warm for a long time because of the glass build. So in terms of performance, Redmi Note 5 Pro is definitely much better than Honor 9 Lite. By the way, if you are a very basic user who doesn't care about occasional lag or the games, you can consider this round as a tie. Honor 9 Lite is running a heavily skinned version of Android based on Android 8.0 Oreo. Redmi Note 5 Pro is also running a heavily skinned version of Android called MIUI 9. Software on both phones is heavily skinned, but in terms of optimization and responsiveness, MIUI is the winner. It is almost as good as stock Android when it comes to responsiveness. Now both phones offer a lot of cool features like dual apps, reading mode, long screenshot, app lock and many more, but comparatively, Redmi offers more features and has better implementation. For example, we can hide the navigation bar on both the phones, but on Redmi, it hides automatically every time and gives you a much more immersive experience than the Honor 9 Lite. Memory management is really good on both phones, but on Note 5 Pro, just make sure you disable memory optimization from developer options. Now because of the lack of optimization, Redmi feels super responsive, while Honor feels slightly slow and lagging. Now coming to the software updates, you get consistent regular software updates on Redmi, while on Honor, you might or might not get updates, and even if they decide to give you updates, you will get them very slowly. So guys, in the software department, you can pick the best one based on your preference, but I prefer the Redmi Note 5 Pro, for its optimization, responsiveness, and more features. Both phones come with a mono speaker and an audio jack at the bottom. In terms of speaker loudness, Honor 9 Lite is more louder and sounds better. On headset, both phones sound good, but Honor offers additional 3D surround options to further improve the audio experience. So on the whole, if you are very picky about the audio experience on your phone, Honor 9 Lite is the winner, but it shouldn't be a major deciding factor between these two phones. Honor 9 Lite sports a 3000 mAh battery and the Note 5 Pro sports a 4000 mAh battery. Both phones come with a micro USB charging port and a 10 watts power adapter in the box. But over here, Honor takes around 2 hours to charge the phone completely, and on normal usage, I got around 4 to 6 hours of screen on time. Note 5 Pro takes around 2 hours to charge the phone completely, but it also supports Quick Charge 2.2. On normal to high usage, I got around 5 to 7 hours of screen on time, and no matter what I did, I always had battery life left at the end of the day. So in the battery department, Redmi Note 5 Pro is the winner because of the bigger and better battery life, along with quick charge support. Deciding between these two phones is pretty simple. If your budget is strictly around 11,000 rupees and you can manage with the limited storage, get the Honor 9 Lite. It is truly a great value for money. But if you want my suggestion, or if pricing is not an issue for you, definitely get the Redmi Note 5 Pro, even if you have to wait for a few weeks. With the Note 5 Pro, you are getting a bigger and better display, better and more software features, long-term software updates, bigger and better battery life, along with quick charge support. Rear cameras are really awesome, and electronic image stabilization works really good on this phone. Front cameras can be managed. The only downside for this phone is the weight. If you can manage with that, Redmi Note 5 Pro will be a great choice for you. Once again, if you want a smaller phone or a phone that weighs lighter, Honor 9 Lite is probably your only choice. So guys, out of these two phones, which phone will you pick and why? Do let me know by commenting below this video. If you are planning to buy either of these phones, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech signing off. Have a nice day.